this next line? What? We're back. What the frick?
Either that or she really likes whole wheat bread.
That's the first line we start with.
Welcome back to whole wheat bread, you guys. Listen, this whole conversation, Tim, reminds me of, I think it's season 3, episode 2 that I just watched of Home Movies the other day, where freaking Coach McGurk meets Brendan's mom and the grocery store, all 4 of them. He's like, well, we should, you guys want to get food together? We're doing great. And then the whole episode is him trying to coordinate dinner plans and like, oh my gosh, so funny. They make everybody makes excuses because they don't want to go out with McGurk. And the part, Tim, I'm sorry, we'll start, but like, you guys remember the part where he calls Melissa's dad? And he's like, oh, I got all these times. And Mrs. Dad's like, yeah, I'm checking my calendar. And he's like, oh, are you checking your calendar? He's like, yeah, I'm in my kitchen. I got my calendar in my hand. And then McGurk's like, well, I'm in my car and I've got binoculars. And you were in your kitchen and you were holding a coffee cup, not your calendar. So funny to me. I'm sorry, that show.
Have you seen the Marble episode yet?
Probably not, because I'm sure I remember it.
You'd remember it if you had.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I love that show so freaking much. Sorry, guys, we're back.
No, don't be sorry. It just makes me want to watch that show more.
How about Saturday night?
Yes, that would work wonderfully.
She lets out a sigh of relief and continues walking with me to the checkout.
Oh, thank goodness we're not doing anything Sunday.
With everything paid for, we start the walk home.
Without paying for anything, we start to walk home.
Man.
As I turn to speak to Yuri, though, I spot a small flash of pink.
What? Hello?
It's Piglet from the 100
From the 100 Acre Wood.
He got lost. Oh, dear.
Hey, look, it's Natsuki. Yuri starts speeding up a little. Do you want to go say hi to her?
No.
I don't know. She seems like she might be busy. But then you don't need to dump things in the freezer, right?
I mean, I guess, but...
Oh, come on.
Oh, okay, let's weigh our options here.
Well,
on one hand, she clearly doesn't want to say hi to Natsuki. So should we force her?
what's gonna... Well, if Natsuki sees us together, Natsuki's gonna be like, Monica, Sayori, Yuri and TCC are in love. That's my Yuri. That's my Tim doing Natsuki voice.
Well, what should we do?
I don't know. Should we make her break out of her shell? I wouldn't. If, like, this was, like, real life and this was my IRL GF, I would not make her go say hi to somebody if she's feeling, like, socially awkward. I would be like, yeah, let's go home and put them dumplings in the freezer.
See, what's the problem, though, is, like, if we don't, and then it turns out Natsuki saw us.
Yeah.
Then
she's
it's gonna
think
be bad.
Then, oh, yeah. That's true. She's gonna think we ignored her.
And we know how sensitive Natsuki is. Well, maybe we should say hi.
Yeah. Plus, Yuri needs to break out of her shell a little bit. Well, worst case scenario, we could just say hi and keep walking, right? If you want to be better friends with her, you'll need to talk to her sometime.
And read Parfait Girls.
You even started writing poetry using rhyme schemes and things like that so you could relate to her more, right? Your problems won't go away just by you hoping they will.
Oh, man.
After years of playing games to try and fill the void of loneliness, one thing's for sure. Problems like loneliness don't always simply disappear. If Sayori didn't come along, I might really have become a NEET.
Could somebody define NEET for me?
It's no education...
I forget what it stands for.
No education something training.
I forget. All I know is it basically means you're like a dropout.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have any work skills. And you just sit at home and, like, be a nerd all day.
Weird. I never thought it was a thing.
It just basically means you're like a shut-in.
Is it used more in, like, Europe, or...
Probably.
Okay.
I hear it used in anime on occasion. I think the one anime I can think of, like, off the top of my head is Princess Jellyfish.
Okay.
Because, like, the main character, like, lives in a house with other NEETs.
A community.
Yeah, they're all nerdy about, like one girl's obsessed with old men and one girl's obsessed with, like, I forget. It's been a long time since I've watched that show. Anyhow.
Reminds me of the anchovies from SpongeBob. I'm just picturing this house full of people who just sit around and go, neat, 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 neat. Well, I just don't know, okay?
Look at it this way.
I love when TCC becomes like this like self-help doctor. Have you noticed that this game?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to walk into your problems and I'm going to solve them. He's like a Dr. Phil.
You remember how you talked about the people in books being kind of like friends?
Yes, I recall that.
If all of those characters never went after what they wanted, would they be any better off? Even if we mess up some, at least we tried. She stands there, contemplating everything I said.
I do understand that you have a point. But it's difficult for me to do.
Also, I looked it up. It's not in education, employment, or training.
Ah.
Oh, okay. It may come naturally to you starting conversations with acquaintances and strangers. But it's just hard for me to do, okay?
She looks away, playing with her hair. Well, you at least started a conversation with me when I first joined the club, right? That? Oh.
That was because I had to do that too, though.
What about the book you gifted me? You initiated that yourself, right?
That's because you're a cute boy. You're not Natsuki. She's mean and she smells funny. It was my duty as a club member to make you feel more welcome, but that doesn't mean I didn't rehearse the conversation over and over my head before I spoke to you, okay? And admittedly, I did want someone to share my books with. You're a boy.
So if you talk to Natsuki more, won't you be able to share your interests with her, too?
Maybe.
You might even be able to get her into your literature more, and who knows, she might have some manga in a genre more suited to your tastes.
I am a little mad at TCC that he can't recognize that, like, some people just aren't that socially...
Yeah.
Like, if she just doesn't want to have a lot of friends, that's fine.
He's a little overbearing.
Yeah.
Yuri visibly inhales and breathes a deep sigh out.
Just gotta make sure it picks up on the record. If I don't do anything, then the current situation won't improve. Or maybe this is a morally neutral situation where nothing necessarily needs to improve because it's not like bad things are always... Oh, it's not all black and white, TCC, okay?
She's shaking slightly. How about I stick with you while you talk to her?
What were you gonna do?
Just hide in the bushes?
Alright, bye, honey, go say hi to your friend!
That way, even if things don't go well, we can still walk away and you won't have to be alone. She takes another deep breath. I can visibly see her trying to compose herself.
That would be nice. Oops, I yawned. Can you give me a... Oops, what was I doing? Can you give me a moment first, though? I need to gather up my courage.
Say oops.
Oops.
Of course.
Oops.
Arigato. Actually, we're friends, so... Domo. What are you looking at?
See, you know that. I didn't even know that.
She turns to face me and gives a slight bow.
You've been a great help these past few days.
So we did make the right decision.
Hopefully.
I mean, we still have to find out what Nazi's gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's my turn to be embarrassed.
It's gonna be hellfire and brimstone. Just
It's alright. Besides, that's what friends are for.
Holy...
You know, I had to do it to him.
Have you ever seen that video where it's like the dude and he's like going up to the camera, he's like, you already know what time it is. And then like that dude just like walks and he's like, Mom made pancakes. It's like,
I think you've shown us that before.
that's like one of my favorites. Because the dude just walks in and he's like almost T-posing, like shirtless. Mom made us pancakes.
Okay, Charlie, would this be Tomodachi or Nakama?
Oh, I don't know. I just know Tomodachi. I don't know what Okama is. I haven't learned
another
that.
word for friends.
It's a what word?
Another word for friend.
Another. See, now I'm curious because I'm like, I wonder if it's for like closer friends, because you know how Japanese is. It's all like
Formal and informal.
yeah. There's like 100 degrees of like, you know, it's fun, but yeah. I just assumed Tim knows better.
I
Tim
don't.
knows more.
You gonna say that? There we go.
I don't know. We talked about it so much. So I just wanted to say it. Friends.
Sarah, friend. Her eyes both sparkle and dim when I say that.
She is stroking.
She is dying.
Yeah, call an ambulance.
I watched the light leave.
Suddenly, Yuri's on the ground. All right.
After a brief pause, Yuri nods to me. Her face looks a bit gray with nerves, but her resolve seems solid at least.
Seriously, get this girl on an IV drip if she's turning gray, all these eye things.
We make our way towards Natsuki, who, throughout the course of that entire conversation we just had, hasn't moved. Who fortunately hasn't gotten far yet.
Hi, Natsuki!
The greeting comes out a little loud, making Yuri grimace a bit.
Guys, let's come back next time and see what Natsuki does to my accidental misread of Yuri's line, because that was not how she says that, and I realize it now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.